So the reason why I think we're stuck in a dome and God won't let us leave is because there's been numerous accounts of near-death experiences that they all align in what happens. They go into the white light, so they'll see a life review, and then they'll be told, hey, you didn't close out your karmic lessons, you need to go back. However, there's been a few incidents where people have escaped the white light and gone straight back to out of this dome and heading back to source, and there have been giant hands that have been grabbing at them, calling their name and telling them to come back because there's watchers. So that incident where he almost escaped but he ended up turning around, he saw giant hands. That ties into the ancient history, Sumerian texts, talking about giants and worshiping giants. They had huge statues where they worship giants, and even in the Bible it talks about giants existing. So that is basically God, the giants that ruled over the world and were the ones who created this advanced human lineages. So that's how we can kind of gauge whether the information is a fact or not, when multiple sources have said that giants existed, and then there was a situation of a near-death experience that was different from the rest. And then there was another one that was different where the person escaped, went on to the previous planet that he was on before with completely different looking beings, and them asking him, you don't remember us? And then I don't know what happened to make him go back to Earth, why he decided to come back to Earth and didn't go directly to source. So that's how we know that we're trapped in a dome as well, because we wouldn't have so many different accounts of near-death experience where one would align in a certain way where they go into the light and all those things I just mentioned happen, and then there'll be incidents where they actually go and do something completely different, returning back to source, trying to at least return back to source. So that's why I think that we're trapped in a dome, because it wouldn't be different accounts. So now let's say we're trapped in a dome, right? Then is it that no matter what we do, if we follow God's law, creational laws, emperor's laws, everything, and we do be the holiest person ever, will he let us escape back to source and go to another planet that source decides for us? Or will he constantly lie to us, telling us that we need to come back and be in this reincarnation loop no matter what frequency we're vibrating at? That's what I don't know. So the question is, did creation bestow this power onto him that he would be the God ruling over humanity and changing their lineage and all of these things, influencing them? Or is it like the emperor, who God didn't choose that emperor to be the emperor? He just through luck, through lineage, through everything, got that power to be the emperor because of his royal blood or whatever. And a large part of me thinks that he just chose it for himself, as we all have freedom of choice, just like the emperor, whoever that first bloodline was, chose to rule over the people and be the one in power, and then down the line, his bloodline kept getting that power to rule over people. Because in the Talmud of Emmanuel, he tells you that God escaped bondage and then came to Earth and mixed with the Earth human and created the human lineage. So if he escaped bondage and then did the same thing to Earth humans, and put them in bondage, then how can you trust that he's working for creation? You can't, because he escaped bondage himself. So he must be doing the same thing. So again, my question is, why must we follow God's laws? What's the purpose of it? If he's just going to keep us in this reincarnation loop, he's not going to let us escape back to source. No matter what we do, if we live the most righteous path, he's still going to keep us here in bondage. And is it only so that in our next life we have an easier life or more opportunities if we follow his rules? Like, just basically play in the Matrix, play his game so that the next life is easier?